Hello, it's Mr. O'Mara here, and I want to talk to you about working out tricky area and perimeter. Often this sort of stuff is just problem solving. There isn't a formula you can know that's going to solve all these for you. You just have to think about what you know and kind of decode the puzzle. So, for instance, we're looking at a pentagon here, and we've got these little marks on here letting us know that they're all the same length, and we want to know what the perimeter is. If we know that one of them is 5 centimetres, then those marks tell us that they are all 5 centimetres, so our perimeter is simply 25 centimetres. Remember, if you're given the measurement, you need to include it in your answer. So, those marks, just a way of letting you decode that. Let's say that I wanted to work out the perimeter of this, and all I knew is that there is 2 centimetres from here to here. Now we can actually do this. So let's go to the next page and have a look at how we do this. And those of you who are being attentive will realise that we are in fact looking at a square and 3/4 of a circle. In fact, exactly 3/4 of a circle, because it's got that square cut out into it, and that's the only way that that could work. So our perimeter for our square is, and we know up here, and I'm kind of running out of room here, but it doesn't matter because if that's 2 centimetres, so is that. So let's work out the perimeter of my square bit. So perimeter equals 4L. Now, L, as we know, is 4 times 2, which equals 8, but I'm only actually counting half of the perimeter because the rest of it's buried in the shape. So 8 divided by 2, so P equals 8 over 2, which is 4. So far I have 4 centimetres. Now I need to work out the 3/4 of the circle. This is not too hard. I know that this is a square, so that's 2 centimetres, and that is a further 2 centimetres, so my diameter is 4. So P equals 3.14 times 4. I look on my trusty calculator, which I should have unlocked before I started, and I see that 3.14 times 4 is in fact 12.56. So the perimeter of the entire thing is 12.56, but I've only got 3/4 of it. So I'm going to times that by 0.75, which is 3/4. I could divide it by 4 and times it by 3, but I'm going to do this. It's going to give me the same answer. Times 0.75 equals 9.42. So this is 9.42, which I'm going to just put over here, plus 4 centimetres, so it's in fact 13.42 centimetres around the perimeter of this unusually shaped object. Let's say I wanted to work out the area of this object. So, again, I know that that is 2 centimetres there, and I know it's a square. So, how do I work out the area of my square? Well, that's easy. Equals 2 centimetres squared. So, the answer there is 4 centimetres squared. Down here, I know that my radius here is also going to be 2, because that's a square. So equals 3.14 times r squared. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3.14 times 4. I have a suspicion I just worked that out actually on the other thing. Let's do it again anyway. Times 4. It is. It's 12.56. So there you go. Now again, I'm going to times it by 0.75 because I don't need all the area. I need only the area of the 3/4 that's there. I add it together, and by stunning coincidence, I didn't actually expect this to work this way, it is 13.42 centimetres squared. So there you go. It turns out to be the same, but it wouldn't have to be. Okay, so let's work out the area of this shape. Now, even if I tell you that from there to there is 2 centimetres and from there to there is, say, 5 centimetres, it's probably not immediately obvious how it is that you're going to do this, because you're trying to work out the blue. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, we know that the big square is 5 centimetres on the side. So the area of the big square is going to be 5 centimetres squared. So if it didn't have that bit missing out of it, it would be 25 square centimetres. But it does have that space missing out of it. And as we know, it was 2 centimetres across. So, in fact, A equals pi, which is 3.14, times r squared. Now, it's 2 centimetres across, so r is only half of that, so it's 1. And 1 squared is 1, because 1 times 1 is 1. So, in fact, that circle is only 3.14 centimetres squared. So, you have 25 centimetres, you take away 3.14, and what you've got left, and I'm going to need my calculator for this, 25 minus 3.14 equals 21.86. So in fact, I can work out that thing there as 21.86 centimetres squared just by working out what combination of shapes it is. You know, taking them away, taking the circle away from the square in this case. With the other one, I was actually adding it to a proportion of a circle. But you can work out a lot of this stuff just for thinking about what you're dealing with and breaking it down piece by piece. So I hope that's useful to you.